Sam lived by the sea. He always had. The sea was his lifeblood, his provider, yet he also feared it. The vastness, the unknown depths chilled him to the bone. He knew the stories, legends of creatures lurking beneath, their eyes like moons, their breath, the tide. He scoffed at the villagers' tales, called them children's nightmares. But deep down, a part of him believed he wasn't alone in his fear. The villagers shared his apprehension. The sea, while essential, was also a source of constant anxiety. They spoke of a curse, an ancient pact broken, and a creature of the deep awakened. A creature that demanded respect, that punished disrespect with storms and silence, with empty nets and fear-filled nights. Sam, despite his outward dismissal, felt the fear burrow deep within him. The whispers started subtly, fishermen returning with tales of shadows beneath their boats larger than any fish they'd known. Nets torn to shreds by unseen forces. The whispers grew louder, more frequent. The creature was becoming bolder, its presence undeniable. The villagers huddled closer, their faces etched with fear. They spoke in hushed tones, their eyes darting towards the sea, as if expecting the creature to rise from the depths at any moment. Sam, despite his bravado, felt the fear tightening its grip. The stories were becoming too frequent, too detailed to ignore. One moonless night, the whispers turned to screams. A fishing boat, returning late, was found upturned on the shore. The fishermen, seasoned sailors all, were gone. Panic seized the village. Their worst fears were confirmed. The creature was real, and it was deadly. The village, once alive with the rhythm of the sea, became a ghost town. Laughter was replaced by hushed whispers. The scent of salt and fish was overwhelmed by the stench of fear. The once vibrant marketplace stood deserted, the stalls empty, the vendors gone. The sea, once their provider, was now a symbol of dread, a constant reminder of the creature lurking beneath. The villagers barricaded themselves indoors, too afraid to venture out even during the day. Sam, watching his world shrink, felt a different kind of fear. It wasn't just the fear of the creature itself, but the fear of what it was doing to his home, to his people. The creature wasn't just a monster. It was a force that was slowly drowning their spirit, their courage, their very way of life. He knew something had to be done. They couldn't live like this, cowering in the shadows, forever haunted by the creature of the deep. He had to act, for the village and for himself. One stormy night, the decision came. It wasn't a choice, not really. It was a calling, a deep-seated urge to face his fear, to confront the unknown. He couldn't explain it, this sudden surge of courage. Maybe it was the despair in the villagers' eyes, or maybe it was the silence of the sea, a silence heavier than any storm. He knew the risks, he knew the stories, but he also knew that fear was a tide, and it was time to turn it. He announced his decision to the village elders. They met his declaration with a mixture of fear and awe. Fear for his safety, awe at his courage. They tried to dissuade him, warning him of the creature's power, but Sam was resolute. He would face the beast not with aggression, but with respect. He would show the creature that they weren't its enemies, but its neighbors sharing the same waters, the same fate. Section 5. The abyss gazes back. Sam's terrifying encounter. He set out at dawn alone in his small fishing boat. The sea, usually so familiar, felt alien, menacing. He rowed towards the heart of the storm, towards the creature's supposed lair. He felt a primal fear, a fear as old as man himself, the fear of the unknown. The waves crashed against his boat, threatening to swallow him whole. As the storm raged, a shape emerged from the depths, monstrous, awe-inspiring. A creature of legend, its eyes glowed with ancient wisdom, its body a tapestry of scales shimmering like 1,000 moons. The creature regarded him, its gaze piercing, ancient. Sam stared back, his blood turning to ice. In that moment he understood the true meaning of fear, the sheer terror that comes from facing something so much greater than yourself. Section 6. A moment of truth, recognizing the creature's power. Time seemed to stop. Sam forgot to breathe. He could only stare at the creature, at the raw, untamed power it embodied. It was a god, a titan, a force of nature given form. And he, Sam, was nothing but an ant in its presence. He had come armed with nets and harpoons, with anger and fear. But in the face of such majesty, such ancient power, his anger seemed pathetic, his fear insignificant. He saw the creature not as a monster, but as a being of immense power and ancient wisdom. He saw the intelligence in its eyes, the curiosity in its gaze. He understood then that the creature wasn't evil, it was simply misunderstood. It wasn't a monster to be feared, but a creature to be respected. And in that moment of realization, his fear began to recede, replaced by a sense of awe and wonder. He lowered his harpoon, his grip loosening. The creature watched, its massive head tilted in what seemed like curiosity. Sam spoke, his voice barely a whisper against the roar of the storm. He spoke not of defiance, but of respect. He spoke not of anger, but of understanding. He spoke of the village, of their fear, of their dependence on the sea. The creature listened, its gaze never leaving Sam's. And as he spoke, he realized he wasn't just speaking to a monster. He was speaking to an intelligence far older than any human civilization, to a creature that held the power of the sea in its fins. He was speaking to the embodiment of the ocean itself. And to his surprise, the creature seemed to understand. It listened, its gaze softening as if acknowledging his words, his respect, his fear. The storm raged around them, but between them an eerie calm descended. They communicated, not through words, but through a shared understanding, a primal connection between man and nature. Sam felt a shift within himself, a shedding of his fear, a blossoming of respect. The creature, he realized, wasn't evil. It was simply protecting its domain, reacting to the disrespect and fear it sensed from the villagers. The creature responded in kind. It circled his boat, its movements no longer threatening, but almost playful. It dove and resurfaced, its massive body creating waves that rocked the small boat gently. It was as if the creature was acknowledging Sam's courage, his respect, his attempt at understanding. It was a dance, a conversation between two beings from different worlds, united by a shared respect for the power of the sea. He returned to the village a changed man. The fear was gone, replaced by a deep respect for the creature and the sea. His story spread like wildfire, igniting a spark of hope in the villagers' eyes. They listened, captivated, as he described not a monster, but a guardian, a being of immense power deserving of their respect. He taught them about the creature, its ways, its role in the balance of the sea. Slowly the village began to heal. They ventured back out to sea, not with fear, but with caution and respect. They fished sustainably, mindful of the creature's domain. And the creature, sensing their changed hearts, responded in kind. The storms subsided, the sea became calmer. Fish were plentiful once more. The village, once shrouded in fear, came alive again with the rhythm of the sea, a rhythm that now held a new note respect. Sam, once a fearful fisherman, became the bridge between the village and the creature. He became the storyteller, the keeper of the pact, reminding his people that respect, not fear, was the key to coexisting with the unknown. His story became a legend, passed down through generations, a testament to the power of courage, respect, and the understanding that lies beyond fear. For Sam learned that the most terrifying creatures are often born from our own fears, our own misunderstandings. He learned that true courage lies not in the absence of fear, but in the willingness to confront it, to understand it, and to find the respect that lies beyond. And in doing so, he not only saved his village, but also discovered a truth as old as time itself, that the greatest journeys are often those that take us into the heart of our own fears.